Let's look at inverse variation. In this case, we say y varies inversely as x. And in this case, varies inversely means y is equal to k over x for some value k. So this time we actually have a fraction. We have y is equal to k over our value of x. And just like before, we say k is our constant of proportionality. For our first example, let's do a very basic example. We have that y varies inversely as x. So that means we know that y is equal to k over x. When x is 4, y is 36. So I have 36 equal to k over 4. I can multiply both sides of the equation by 4. And I get 4 times 36 is 144. On the right-hand side, I get k. So I actually have y is equal to 144 over x. When x is equal to 6, I get 144 over 6, which tells me that y is equal to 24. The volume of a gas varies inversely as the pressure. So before I continue, I have volume varies inversely as pressure, which tells me that my volume is equal to a constant over the pressure. The next sentence tells me that a gas with a volume of 240 cubic centimeters is under a pressure of 30 kilograms per centimeter cubed. So I can stick those in. My volume is 240, and the pressure is 30. I can multiply both sides of the equation by 30. 240 times 30 is 7,200, and over here the 30s cancel. So I have that volume is equal to 7,200 over P. Finally, my last sentence, what pressure is needed for a volume of 160 cubic centimeters? So I know what I want my volume to be, and I need to find the pressure. I can multiply both sides of this equation by P. That would give me 160P is equal to 7,200. Dividing both sides by 160 gives me a pressure of 45 kilograms per cubic centimeter. The intensity of a light source varies inversely as the square of the distance. So this tells me that intensity is going to vary inversely as the square of the distance. This tells me that I, for intensity, is going to be equal to a constant over, since I'm inversely, the square of the distance, so d squared. My next sentence, if you're 3 feet from the source, the intensity is 7 50-foot candles. So that means I is 750 whenever D is 3. Or 750 is equal to K over 9. I can then multiply both sides by 9, and that gives me 6,750 is equal to K. So I know that for this particular light, I is equal to 6,750 over D squared. What is my intensity from 5 feet? So let's stick in 5 for D. And I can use a calculator to divide 6,750 by 25. to get that my intensity will be 270 foot candles.